Today, January 24th, 2025, Storm Éowyn brings 114 miles per hour gusts as millions are without power across UK and Ireland as Storm Éowyn descended upon the British Isles. Storm Éowyn has unleashed severe gales across several parts of the UK on Friday morning. Weather warnings are in place and forecasters say more buildings could be damaged, travel is likely to be affected and power cuts are possible. Red warnings, the most severe category used by the Met Office, have been issued for Northern Ireland and part of Scotland. This is a storm like no other, bringing life in Ireland and the UK to a standstill. Winds roar, trees bow and the sea rage is bring frenzy by the sheer power of nature. Schools were closed and trains and ferries were cancelled in Ireland, neighbouring Northern Ireland and Scotland. Coastal towns braced themselves against monstrous waves, the inhabitants holding their breath as the storm reached its terrifying crescendo. Éowyn is more than just a storm, it is a wake-up call, a stark reminder of our vulnerability in the face of the planet's fury. Amidst the devastation presently witnessing, our stories of resilience, courage and national spirit emerged even in the darkest of times. The human spirit can weather any storm. As the winds rages, the extent of Éowyn's impact is getting worse and horrifyingly is being felt in England, North Ireland, Wales and Scotland. But amid the debris, the indomitable spirit of the police, firefighters and emergency personnel are being seen through a beacon of hope amidst the wreckage. At the edge of the world, perched on the rugged west coast of Ireland, stands the Mace Head Atmospheric Research Station. It is a lonely sentinel braving the full force of the Atlantic's fury, its instruments constantly recording the pulse of the ocean and the sky. Today, as Storm Éowyn raged, Mace Head bore witness to a meteorological phenomenon of extraordinary power.
The station's anemometer, a device that measures wind speed, spun wildly, recording gusts of an astonishing 127 miles per hour. These were record-breaking speeds, the highest ever recorded at Mace Head, and among the strongest gusts ever experienced in Ireland. Meteorologists watched in awe as Éowyn unleashed its fury, the storm's unprecedented intensity fueled by a rare and dangerous weather phenomenon known as a sting jet. This meteorological anomaly, characterized by a narrow, focused jet of exceptionally strong winds descending from the heart of a storm, amplified Éowyn's power to devastating levels. The sting jet, identified by its distinctive sting shape on satellite imagery, is a relatively rare occurrence, making Éowyn's impact all the more significant.
As Éowyn swept across Ireland and the United Kingdom, its impact is immediate and widespread. Power lines buckled and snapped under the strain of the relentless wind, plunging homes and businesses into darkness, trees down, streets flooded as Éowyn brings wild weather transportation networks ground to a halt, as flights were cancelled or redirected to other countries. Trains are delayed and roads are rendered impassable by fallen trees, debris, building roofs falling and streets flooding. The storm surge, a wall of water driven by the force of the wind, inundated coastal areas, causing significant damage to property and infrastructure. Homes and communities in darkness being cut off, their lifelines to the outside world severed by Éowyn's wrath. The elderly and vulnerable are being particularly affected, their dependence on power and communication networks leaving them exposed and isolated. Amid the chaos, emergency services are working tirelessly, battling treacherous conditions to respond to calls for help. Firefighters, paramedics and police officers risked their own safety to rescue those trapped by fallen trees, flooded homes or power outages. Do not drive unless your journey is unavoidable, and steer clear of flooded or exposed routes such as bridges or high open roads, external.
"I've never seen anything like it," said Liam O'Connell, a seasoned fisherman from County Galway, his weathered face etched with a mixture of awe and apprehension. "The sea is a boiling cauldron, waves crashing over the pier like mountains. This is a sight I'll never forget."
Sarah Jenkins, a young mother from Birmingham, is recounting her ordeal, her voice trembling with emotion. "The power went out just as it was getting dark. We huddled together by candlelight, the wind howling outside, terrified that the roof would come off. This will be the longest night of my life."
John Davies, a meteorologist with the Met Office, spoke with a sense of urgency, his words reflecting the gravity of the situation. Storm Éowyn is a rare and extreme weather event, a stark reminder of the increasing frequency and intensity of storms due to climate change. We need to be prepared for more such events in the future.
Today, Storm Éowyn is unleashing its exceptional intensity, not merely a product of chance. It is the result of a confluence of meteorological factors, a perfect storm of atmospheric conditions that have conspired to create a weather event of unprecedented power. At the heart of Éowyn's fury lies an unusually deep and potent area of low pressure, a meteorological vacuum cleaner that is sucking in air from its surroundings with immense force. This, coupled with a sharp temperature gradient in the atmosphere, warm air to the south, cold air to the north, is creating the perfect conditions for rapid intensification of the storm. Adding fuel to the fire is the presence of a strong jet stream, a high-altitude river of wind that is acting like a slingshot, propelling Éowyn towards the British Isles with increased speed and energy. The jet stream, fueled by the temperature differences between the equator and the poles, is a key driver of weather systems in the mid-latitudes. The final ingredient in this meteorological cocktail is the rare sting jet phenomenon, with wind speeds reaching up to 114 miles per hour. While it is difficult to attribute any single weather event directly to climate change, scientists have been sounding the alarm for decades about the increasing frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, including storms, as a result of a warming planet. Storm Éowyn, with its record-breaking winds and devastating impact, serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of our changing climate.
A warmer atmosphere holds more moisture, providing greater fuel for storms. This excess moisture, coupled with rising sea levels, can lead to more intense rainfall and more destructive storm surges. The warming of the Arctic is also believed to be playing a role, altering atmospheric circulation patterns and potentially contributing to more extreme weather events in the mid-latitudes. Storm Éowyn is part of a growing trend of increasingly severe weather events that are being observed around the world.
When Storm Éowyn subsides and we can assess the true impact of devastation, the true spirit of the British human spirit will shine through. As communities and people will rally together, neighbours helping neighbours, strangers lending a hand to those in need. The task of rebuilding will be daunting, but the resilience of the people will be unwavering.
As stories of courage and compassion will emerge from the wreckage. Farmers are working tirelessly to rescue livestock stranded by floodwaters, while volunteers will distribute food, water, and blankets to those who had lost their homes. Emergency services are already working around the clock, clearing debris, restoring power, and providing medical assistance. The spirit of community is palpable, a beacon of hope amid the devastation. Storm Éowyn may leave a trail of destruction in its wake, but it will also reveal the very best of the British people.